This is coming down to the wire now. We're coming down to the wire now on this. And stuff's going to get real bad real quick. You've already seen what's happened. Exactly as we said. We've studied history. We've studied the globalist. And I just want to stop it. But even if we don't stop it, at least we're going to have hundreds of millions of people worldwide, tens of millions in the United States who really know the score. We've got a chance to then beat the globalists once no one can deny what's happening. And we'll have a brain trust to rebuild the republic and a free society. We know if we give in, it's over. And we know the globalists are using this giant mob of dumbed-down fluoride heads as a political weapon against those of us that are awake and decent. So you've got to reach out to the blobs, even though they're disgusting and ignorant and giggle at you like a mentally ill child and love their slavery. You've still got to warn them because some of them can be woken up. Because they're dangerous hog goblins. You just saw the video. Let's go ahead and talk to Milton in New York. Milton, thanks for holding her on the air worldwide.
Hello, Alex.
Hey, buddy.
I was wondering, in regard to the government control and crackdown on the Internet, I was wondering what is your take on the IRS 6050W that applies to literally all Internet commerce now?
Yeah, I know they're wanting everybody to have to create a record of it and give it to the government, and anything over $600, you've got to get a, which will just shut down commerce. You've got to give them a tax form to track it, and it's just more, and it'll just shut down our economy that much faster. I think it's horrible.
Under 6050W, what it is also is that online sellers, if they sell $20,000 or more or run 200 transactions, are subject to 1099 starting January 2011.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. And they've got in the health care bill a whole bunch of stuff tracking everything. I mean, listen, they're announcing the austerity. We're about a year behind Europe. The pension funds, the veterans' health care, they're coming for everything. And they've got fake conservatives on the news going, yeah, we got to cut the government. But they're only cutting areas of the budget, not of the 1,500 trillion plus in derivatives. That's 99+% of the problem. All the other stuff is window dressing. What do you think about all this?
I think the IRS is undergoing a major crackdown, and they're doing everything they can to plug up every hole that they possibly can. In fact, I even heard, was it Rush yesterday, talking about new IRS regulations on tax preparers.
Yeah, they already did that 5 years ago. Now they're accelerating it, where the tax preparers will not sign off on mainline tax write-offs, and then now CPA's job is just to give all your money, more than you even owe under the fraudulent system of the Federal Reserve, give it all to them. Yes, it's just a total raping. But then they write the rules where Google and Microsoft pay 2.4% tax. But then you know, who owns a car dealership or a restaurant, when they're done with you, they've gotten rid of most of the write-offs, the average person's paying about 40%.
And I think that this is a direct frontal assault on the middle class in particular.
Oh, absolutely. And then they've got all these shows on ABC with Bill Gates saying raise taxes on rich. That's not the billionaires. That's the guy down the street that's got 20 employees. And because they want him out of there. They want a wasteland. This is economic warfare. They admit it. Oh, boy. Thank you, Milton. Thank you, Milton. We're out of time there. I'm going to talk to Bill, Al-Qaeda, Bobby, Patriot. We'll try to jam you all in on the other side. If your comments or questions ready, I'm going to try to come back tomorrow and the next day and take more calls. We may have some shows this week that are all calls. We got a bunch of guests coming up as well. It's just all insane. We become an evil, slob-like culture on average, and so we're being overrun by even more evil people on top. Get ready, because we're inside the New World Order now. Bill in Florida, you're on the air. Thanks for holding. Go ahead.
Hi, Alex. How are you doing?
Pretty good, sir.
I admire you, and I will say that God is graciously looking over you, because you are doing a job that I don't think many would sacrifice their time, their family, and all the rest for. I sent an email to Aaron. I wanted you to take a peek at the Senate payoffs or campaign contributions, the list that I forwarded to you. It's from a Florida address. It's quite amazing what poured into the Senate for this S510 up until the 20th of November.
Let me guess, it's big agribusiness.
To the tune of about $12 million. That was just up until the 20th of November.
Now, did you mail that or email it?
I emailed it.
What was the title of your email? Because that's an important story. I mean, I've already seen articles months ago that Big Agri wrote the bill, but I'd like to show folks who donated for it. Because the media is like, this will get Big Agri that keeps poisoning you. No, this shuts down their competition.
Exactly right. The email, it might just say emailed from a friend, but the name that sent it, I put in Senate 510. So
when did you send the email?
Within the last 30 minutes.
Okay,
35 minutes.
Great. I'll get Aaron on it right now. Thank you so much. What else is on your mind, Bill?
The other thing is that, the awareness really needs to get out there. They slipped this under the thing. There was a very good movie that delved into it not long ago with George Clooney. Michael Clayton was the name of the movie.
Yeah, it's excellent. Excellent, where they try to kill the lawyer, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
and it's really about Monsanto, sure.
That's exactly right. And I would say to the people that they really need to go rent the movie, rewatch it, and really see what that's about. I got inspired a little while ago because I watched a tape of you and Judge Napolitano from just a few days ago, him talking about Building 7 with you. And I will tell you this, I was born and raised in Manhattan and a little outside of Manhattan. My dad had a restaurant business there for about 30 years. I grew up as a kid there. My dad became an elder in a church. And there was a fellow elder who was an engineer on the World Trade Centers. And I'm going to go document this stuff, and I'm going to forward it to you. The engineer, there was a big story. The reason why the two buildings, and they never covered it in 911, why the two buildings didn't get simultaneously finished. They were supposed to be finished at the same time. There was, in fact, a huge, a very large schooner that was discovered, kind of like the little blurb that they showed today when they were re-excavating. But the New York Port Authority shut down the site because of the value of it, and they literally pulled up an entire schooner. It was a three-masted schooner.
Well, listen, we're out of time. Write a story about it. Send us an article. We'll post it. I want to jam in one more. I'm sorry to Bobby, Patriot, and Tom, but I got to talk to Al-Qaeda. So you work for the CIA? Al-Qaeda's calling from Georgia?
No CIA here, Alex. Sorry.
Okay, but you say you're Al-Qaeda.
I do claim to be Al-Qaeda, of course.
Yes. So what's on your mind, Mr. Al-Qaeda?
I just wanted to say that it's going to have to take something individually for every person that happens to them that will wake them up to this. I live with both of my parent-in-laws, one suffering from cancer, the other one with other debilitating diseases. I've been trying to warn them and tell them about the situation, and they didn't believe me. And then something recently happened. Their Medicaid, their Medicare was cut off. You know, they didn't believe me, but then it finally happened to them, and they awoke.
Absolutely. They've got to have their ox gored. People better wake up and get involved now against the banker takeover, or it's going to get a lot worse. That's the only way, is to stop their agenda.